All right, let's get started. Today, my best friend and I were just walking around the village, but suddenly some sorcerer flew in and started throwing some strange potion and, oh horror. The worst thing happened now. All the villagers want to destroy us, and we need to run away somewhere as quickly as possible to hide, so that everything is okay with us. I hope that we will be able to survive in such difficult conditions.
We are hiding in the closet of this house for now, but I think it is not very reliable. Sooner or later, they will come to check if we are in this house because they saw us run in. Therefore, we need to run into another house unnoticed and hide in the closet there to wait until these terrible residents leave so that we can escape calmly. I hope everything will work out for us. After all, you and I are an incredibly cool team, and you and I are just best friends who always succeed. And I really hope that you and I can survive such difficult circumstances, and that everything will be okay with us, just in case. I think we should take our diamond swords now because it seems these residents have entered our house and they will now open the closets. Then we will have to fight them so that we can defeat him and survive. We have no other options.
Oh no, look, these villagers have already come in, and now they will check our closet, so we must be ready to fight them. It seems we have weapons, and they saw us, what we will need to fight to defeat them. I am sure that it will be a difficult conjugation, but you and I will cope. After all, you and I are an incredibly cool team, and we can always cope with everything. The main thing is to be very careful so that everything is wonderful for us. Take it, you stupid villagers. Why do you want to attack us? After all, some kind of curse is acting on you. You don't want to attack us all. We have always protected you from all sorts of terrible monsters and bandits. What it seems to defeat these thoughts, but still the whole village wants to destroy us. Therefore, we need to somehow fight back and try to escape from this village so that you and I remain intact, because it is very dangerous, and I understand that you and I may not win here. Therefore, we need to avoid our villages for now to survive in these difficult conditions that we have found ourselves in. I hope we can do this with you. It seems we are able to break away from this whole crowd. I think for now, we will need to find somewhere a beautiful clearing so that we could build it with you at the beginning, in which we will spend the night. It will be such a simple house in which we will spend the night. And then, I think we will be able to build some better house with you, to think over a plan, how we can return the inhabitants to our side so that they will become normal again. Everything will be fine with them again. It's very good that you and I were able to break away from this terrible chase, but now we need to run away as quickly as possible because the residents will be looking for us in our nearby forests, and it's dangerous to stay here. We need to run as far away as possible, and also we need to find a convenient place where we can build a shelter today, which we will spend the night. It will be temporary, so it will not take very much time, and we can then come up with some better plan. The most important thing is that you and I stayed alive, and were able to fight off that crowd of residents who wanted to destroy us. And this is really good, because to be honest, at some point, I thought that they would definitely be able to win against us too, but you and I coped with these difficulties, and I think that this is wonderful. How wonderful that you and I have found such a wonderful place in which we will now build our overnight stay. It will be a small house that will be made of leaves and also of wood. Inside, we will put our 2 beds and also light a fire, so that at night, you and I do not freeze. I am sure that you and I can do everything absolutely perfectly, and this overnight stay will be enough for us. The main thing is that we are not attacked at night by these monsters. Do not like to attack such people who spend the night in the forest. I hope that everything will be without incident, and you and I will be able to get a good night's sleep. So far, we are doing just fine. And we are building a really cool overnight stay. And it is wonderful that you and I are doing it. Because you and I are really cool professionals, and we are doing it. Because you and I are best friends. You and I also slept very well. And now I have a lot of strength, and we need to leave this place. I suggest finding a new, beautiful clearing and building our house on it, in which you and I will live for now, because we are safe here, and the residents will definitely not attack us. And then we will be able to calmly think over a plan and figure out how to save ourselves from this terrible curse that this terrible sorcerer has imposed on the residents. I am sure that you and I will succeed. After all, you and I are an incredibly cool team that always succeeds. And I am sure that you and I will cope with all the difficulties. After all, you and I are very cool. I really want everything to work out for us. And we will find a cool place and take all the necessary things from the old house. And this is great. Now you and I will build a really very good room in which we will spend the night, in which you and I will be very comfortable. I think that it is simply wonderful and cool that everything is working out for us, okay? You and I do not waste time, and then everything will be just great. What about you and me? We will build cool walls, ceiling, floor. We will make beautiful windows here. We will put our beds. We will definitely make a chest and all the necessary things for our comfort. Then we will definitely first spend the night here, damn it. And then we will think over a plan on how we can make the residents of our village love us again and stop being affected by this terrible curse of this terrible sorcerer who came for some reason and did this. Perhaps he wants to drive us out of the village in the same way so that he can attack it later and no one could help these residents. And we did not go to bed with you to allow this. So now we need to finish building our house as soon as possible so that we can quickly come up with our plan and so that everything works out and we can save all these poor residents who fell into such a trap. It's terrible in the sorcerer. It is not clear where and why he appeared and why all this happened. The main thing is that you and I were able to do it. And now the fate of our village depends only on us. It's great that you and I are such a cool team and we work so well together. We help each other. We tell each other what needs to be done. And that's why everything works out for us, because you and I are best friends and we always support each other. And I think that's wonderful. And that's why our house turned out great. And besides, you and I always build all sorts of cool buildings. We built bunkers, different racing grounds, and in general, a lot of different things. And they were always very cool buildings that absolutely everyone liked. And now, you and I will also build a small, cozy house in which we will live temporarily until we can solve the problem in order to rid all our viewers of the curse. I think that you and I can also cope with this difficulty. After all, you and I are professionals in this matter, and you and I already work as one team. It's just an honor for me that you are my best friend, and I'm so glad that she really is with you. This adventure appeared. After all, we now live in another house. We get hired to do fun things, and I'm sure that we can cope with the difficulties that will overtake us. Or in any case, we can somehow free our residents from this terrible spell. After all, you and I always cope with everything only on us.
You and I really tried very hard, and our house turned out very good. And to be honest, I am already very tired. After all, you and I spent an incredible amount of time building this wonderful house. Therefore, I think that we should go to bed now to rest and gain strength. And tomorrow, with renewed strength, go on a new adventure to save our entire village from this terrible spell. I am sure you and I slept very well, and therefore, I think that you and I can now go on reconnaissance of our village to see what the inhabitants are doing there. And maybe we will find something useful that will help us save them.
I completely agree with you right now. We are going on a mission to save our village from the terrible curse of this terrible sorcerer. And I am sure that we will definitely succeed because we are just an incredibly cool team. The main thing is to be very careful, but it seems that you and I have fallen into a trap, and now you and I are falling down. But not this. Oh no, you and I got into this terrible trap, and now we have been captured by the inhabitants of our village who want to destroy us. And for now, they will take us to prison to think about what to do with us too. And in fact, this is a very big chance for you and me, because while we are in the tower, we can examine it very well and come up with a plan for our salvation. And I hope that everything will work out for us, and we will be able to come up with a plan on how to escape from this prison, so that later we can free all the inhabitants from this terrible curse. The main thing is that you and I should never give up. Sometimes everything will definitely work out with you. After all, you and I are just an incredibly cool team that always copes with absolutely any difficulties. And this time, we will also cope with you completely because we are very cool and awesome and always do everything just perfectly. So good that you and I never give up. Now we need to take a very good look at this entire prison and see where there are any loopholes. Maybe we can meet someone, and this person will want to help us, and then we can easily escape from this prison. We need to wander around with you very well, and it seems that in the distance, I noticed one good person. He is here, probably for a long time and knows absolutely everything. I think we should talk to him, and now we will go straight to him and find out everything. And he will tell us what he said, that he will help us get out of this prison, because we are really good people, and he sees that everyone wants to destroy us, according to the spells of a terrible sorcerer, but he would not succumb to the spell. After all, he will also give us diamond swords, because he planned an explosion. And then there will be a hole from which it will be possible to escape from this prison. Look, everything is about to happen right now. He put a lot of dynamite, and now he will blow it up. And there was just an incredibly big and strong explosion. And as he said, a lot of guards have appeared here who want us not to be able to get out of this prison. Now we must defeat them at any cost, because if we defeat them now, then they will hide us in a very difficult prison from which we will definitely not be able to escape. Take that, you stupid guards. In fact, you are just under the spell of a terrible sorcerer and do stupid things. We are actually good, and we do not need to be beaten, because on the contrary, we want to protect you and help you. Well, you don't understand that. Therefore, we have to fight with you. It seems that we are succeeding with you, and luck is on our side because it is becoming less and less, and we will need to escape with you as quickly as possible so that nothing happens to us and everything is in order. We definitely need to go back to our house and come up with a plan on how to save our village from everything that is happening now. I hope we can come up with this, and everything will be just fine. Finally, you and I were able to break away from them. It's just wonderful. Look, you and I are now in the coolest library in our village. It should probably say how to make a potion that will make all our residents normal. I hope that you and I can find it here. Library is very gigantic, and there are a lot of different useful books here. I hope that the book that you and I need will also be here. And then we will be able to find out about everything. And it will be just incredibly cool. It's so good that you and I are such great friends, and everything is working out so well for us. I'm sure that you and I can do it. And it seems that you and I found this book. Now we will need to take this book later to our seller, and he will be able to make a special potion, and it will be just wonderful because then everyone will become normal again. Oh no, look! We had a terrible villager waiting here who wanted to catch us to tell the other villagers that we were here. And it's just awful. You're a stupid villager. You won't be able to defeat us because my friend and I are an incredibly cool team, and everything always works out for us. And this time, we were able to defeat this villager. It's wonderful. And now, we need to run away as quickly as possible to our house. I think we need to go to bed, and we'll wake up at night. And at night, we'll go for this cool medicine that will help us free our entire village from this terrible spell. And then everything will be just wonderful. How good it is that you and I are such a cool team. Great, it's night now. And you and I can start our incredibly good plan. Thanks to which everything will become as it was before, and you and I will be able to live in our beautiful village again. And I think that this mail is wonderful, and very wonderful. After all, you and I wanted it so much. Well, to be honest, you and I need to run as quickly as possible through our village and get to that seller, who is also normal. And the potion and spell of this terrible and scary sorcerer did not work on him. As soon as you and I get there, we can give him the recipe, according to which he will prepare this cool potion for us. and then we can do everything as needed, and everything will be just wonderful. After all, you and I are incredibly cool, and we can handle any task forever. Hello, you are a cool seller. We brought you a cool book. Please make it, and then we will be able to return all the residents to normal, and they will stop being under the spell of this terrible sorcerer. We knew that you could do it, because you are really very cool, since you could not succumb to this stupid spell. Thank you very much. This is a very cool guy who helped us. Yes, now we need to get as quickly as possible to the very top of the giant tower from which you and I will launch this cool potion onto the entire village and thus save us and the entire village.
I completely agree. We did everything that was required of us, and we have just that very noticeable potion we need to climb this tower as quickly as possible and do everything that is indicated in order to save us from all sorts of terrible things as quickly as possible. What now? We will need to enter special codes and also put this cool potion in this chest that changes the weather in our village, and then it should start raining from this product, and all the residents will become normal again. I think that this is just wonderful, and it's good that you and I are such a cool team, and everything works out for us. It seems we were able to do all the settings. Now it will start raining, and we managed to save ourselves and the whole village, and that's cool. It was a cool adventure, and now you and I are saved.